In the harsh, unforgiving deserts of ancient Arabia, where the sun scorched the earth by day and the cold bit deep at night, life was a constant test of endurance and will. Before the dawn of Islam, every day was a struggle for survival. Nomadic tribes wandered the endless sands, searching for water, shelter, and safety, their lives shaped by the relentless demands of the desert. The people were divided into countless tribes, each fiercely loyal to its own bloodline. Pride and honor often led to bitter feuds, and cycles of violence seemed unbreakable, as ancient grudges were passed from one generation to the next. At the heart of this land stood Makkah, a city revered for its ancient sanctuary, the Kaaba. Once a symbol of unity and devotion to the one God of Abraham, it had become surrounded by idols and superstition, its true purpose obscured by centuries of myth and ritual. The powerful Quraysh tribe controlled the city, growing wealthy from the trade caravans that passed through and from the pilgrims who came to worship. They profited from the spiritual confusion, maintaining their grip on power and wealth, while the rest of society struggled. Cruel traditions cast a shadow over daily life. Among the most heartbreaking was the practice of burying infant daughters alive, a reflection of the deep-rooted fears and prejudices that haunted the people. Social inequality was everywhere. The gap between the wealthy and the poor was vast, and the powerless suffered in silence while the privileged few enjoyed comfort and influence. Compassion was rare, and trust seldom extended beyond the boundaries of one's own clan. Suspicion and fear shaped every interaction, making unity and peace seem impossible dreams. Yet, in the midst of this darkness, a few individuals, known as Hanifs, refused to accept the worship of idols. They searched for meaning beyond the traditions of their ancestors, longing for the pure faith of Abraham. These seekers withdrew into the solitude of the desert, meditating beneath the endless sky, yearning for truth, justice, and a return to the worship of the one true God. Their quiet search, though unnoticed by most, hinted at a coming change. It was as if the land itself was holding its breath, waiting for a new message to break the silence. Even in the deepest darkness, a flicker of hope remained, a small, persistent light that refused to be extinguished by the weight of despair. The land, weary from centuries of conflict and longing for justice, was ready for a new beginning. The time for change was drawing near. The stage was set for a revolution of the spirit, a transformation that would echo across the sands and reshape the destiny of a people. Into this world, Muhammad was born, an orphan in a society that prized strength and lineage. Raised by his grandfather and uncle, he learned humility and hardship. As a young man, his honesty set him apart. He was called Al-Amin, the trustworthy. Khadija, a respected businesswoman, noticed his integrity and proposed marriage. Their union was built on love, respect, and partnership. With Khadija's support, Muhammad found time for reflection. The emptiness of his society troubled him deeply. He sought solitude in the hills, searching for meaning beyond the noise of Makkah. His heart yearned for answers, for a connection to something greater. The seeds of change were quietly taking root. Muhammad's journey was just beginning. A new light was about to break the darkness. Near 40, Muhammad's retreats to the cave of Hira became frequent. One night, the silence shattered. An angel appeared, commanding, "Read." Muhammad, unable to read, was gripped by fear, but the command came again and again. Finally, the angel delivered the first verses. "Read in the name of your Lord who created." These words, the beginning of the Quran, spoke of a single creator and the gift of knowledge. Shaken, Muhammad rushed home to Khadija, seeking comfort. She believed him instantly, assuring him of his goodness and sanity. Khadija became the first believer, his unwavering support. The weight of revelation was immense, but so was the purpose. The message was clear. A new path for humanity had begun. The world would never be the same. The call to truth had been sounded. The journey of prophethood had begun. After the first revelation, silence followed, but Khadija's faith never wavered. Her cousin Waraka, a Christian scholar, confirmed Muhammad's experience as true prophecy. Encouraged, Muhammad shared the message with those closest to him. Ali, Zayd, and Abu Bakr were among the first to believe, forming the core of the early Muslim community. For 3 years, Islam spread quietly, reaching the hearts of the marginalized and oppressed. The message promised equality and justice, uniting people beyond tribe or status. Secret gatherings in Al-Arqam's house nurtured this new faith. The Quran's words inspired hope and courage. A new family was forming, bound by faith, not blood. The seeds of revolution were growing. Change was on the horizon. The command came to proclaim the message openly. Muhammad called the Quraysh to worship one God. Their response was hostility and persecution. Protected by his uncle, Muhammad was safe, but his followers suffered brutal torture. Bilal, an enslaved believer, endured agony for his faith, repeating, one God, until Abu Bakr freed him. The Quraysh imposed a harsh boycott, forcing Muslims into starvation and isolation for 3 years. During this hardship, Muhammad lost Khadija and Abu Talib, his greatest supporters. This became the year of sorrow, a time of profound grief and vulnerability. Yet, the believers' faith only deepened. Their perseverance became legendary. The struggle forged a resilient community. The darkness seemed overwhelming, but hope endured. The mission pressed on. The fire of faith could not be extinguished. In his darkest hour, Muhammad was granted a miraculous journey, the Isra and Miraj. Guided by Gabriel, he traveled from Makkah to Jerusalem, leading the prophets in prayer. He then ascended through the heavens, meeting Adam, Moses, Jesus, and Abraham. At the highest point, he stood in the divine presence, receiving the command for 5 daily prayers. This journey affirmed his mission and strengthened his resolve. The Quraysh mocked his story, but his followers' faith grew stronger. Abu Bakr's unwavering belief earned him the title As-Siddiq, the Truthful. The miracle became a source of hope and unity. The prayers became the heart of Muslim life. The prophet's spirit was renewed. The mission continued with greater purpose. Persecution in Makkah reached its peak. The prophet's life was in danger. Warned of an assassination plot, Muhammad prepared for the Hijrah, the migration to Yathrib. The people of Yathrib, weary of tribal conflict, invited him as a leader and peacemaker. On the night of the plot, Muhammad escaped with Abu Bakr, hiding in a cave as pursuers searched for them. "Do not grieve, God is with us," he reassured his friend. After a perilous journey, they arrived in Yathrib, welcomed with joy and hope.